I'm from Utah, and so I was at home. I was living up in Layton, so that's like an hour away from Provo, just an hour drive. And so I wasn't as cool as my little brother. He'd gone on a mission right before me, and he was packed like days before he left. I'm more kind of a last minute person, so I was like still shoving stuff in my suitcase the morning of, which was kind of stressful, so maybe don't do that. And so I got all packed, and then we drove down just with my family, whoever could come, and then ate lunch with them, and then they do the drop-off thing. They just take you to you drive in, and then you unload your suitcase just like by the curb, and then they actually have a missionary from the MTC that's there waiting for you, and they're kind of like your host. And so that was where like you hug all your family members, and then like maybe you get a little teary. My sister-in-law was crying, and so it was like that made me get a little bit teary. But then you take your suitcases, and somebody grabs your suitcases, and then I just felt like I was kind of just like whooshed from room to room, and I didn't know exactly what I was doing, but you're kind of with another missionary that knows what's going on, and so they just hand you a ton of stuff and then put your name tag on and have you make sure your name's right, and then they have you abandon your suitcases in your room, and then they take you to your classroom. And I sat down, and I was the last one there in my district, so I was like, oh wow, everybody else is here and I'm not here. And then I was called German speaking, and so I was in a German classroom, and so there were about 9 other missionaries there, and I remember sitting down next to this girl, and she like looked over and she was like, I'm your companion. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And the teacher was talking in German, and I didn't speak German at all. And so that's pretty much all I remember from the first day, but it was kind of a whirl, but really good. I love the MTC.